and the energy she's putting out is like so much more than what she's actively putting out at in more recent things. And that's just a sign of like artistic
maturity, development.
Hey, real quick, I just want to welcome you to the Big Brain Singer channel, where singers and music lovers come together. I'm Charlie, and my goal is to share my knowledge of singing and love of music with as many people as possible. If you want to be the first to experience reactions just like this one, please join us on Twitch, links down below, Monday, Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you yourself are an aspiring singer and want a mini voice lesson from me, I hold a free and open vocal clinic every Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern as well. So make sure to join our community Discord server. Links are also down below. To join hundreds of music lovers like yourself and to stay updated on community events. I hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoy this reaction and analysis.
Yeah, Matrix, thanks for the knowledge. The next one is from 2004 when she was in After Forever. So this is one of her this was like her first band. And she was 23 years old. We listened to one song where she was 21, so it was probably earlier than this. But this is a cover of a really popular Iron Maiden song called "The Evil That Men Do." Awesome. Yeah, so let's hear it. Let's get into it. How do you get to assess my singing? Just type !sing.
Maar ook onze muziek heeft zijn roots en komt misschien ook wel een klein beetje uit de heavy metal. Wie kent Iron Maiden? Dan kennen jullie ook allemaal The Evil That Men Do.
I told you she's Dutch, right?
Yeah.
It's so sick. So now we're in the chorus. So I think it's really interesting to know, like, what do you think about her sound right here?
So, I mean, you can hear, so you said she's what, 23 here?
She's literally 23.
Yeah, I mean, so, I mean, it's insane that at 23 years old, that's where you are, but it makes perfect sense when you see where she was in the last video that we watched. I mean, all the potential is there, you know, and then it's just over the years, it just gets polished. I mean, for 23 years old, it's excellent, you know?
It's like, so the one thing that sticks out is that later on, you know, I think, and I said this before, with one of her earlier Nightwish recordings, and having like just recently listened to like one of some of the newest Nightwish recordings, but like I think something that unlocked.
I've seen that guy before. That video, have you seen those videos?
Dude, I literally clipped that out of that video and put it here for people to do that, but like I'm starting to regret it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy's videos though? They're so stupid. It's
all
so
crazy.
dumb. So dumb. Oh my god. Anyway, so like talked about this before, and having listened to like some recent Nightwish live performances, like later 2000s, 2018, and then having heard like her 2012 stuff, her 2013 stuff with Nightwish. Like it's clear that she was meant to be with that band by the type of improvement she made as an artist, by the type of growth she had. It's not like her voice like magically got better because she was singing with them. It's that like the artistic ideas that were given to her to sing with them kind of forced her to become like the next level of amazingness. And I heard that she was facing a lot of burnout before she joined Nightwish, and that like she was working too hard and not getting enough back for it personally. And I think for a voice like that, you need a composer like Tuomas with like very creative ideas and very creative sonic ideas to bring the best out of you. And I think the difference between this young, like, you know, relatively start of her career Floor and that Floor later on that we know now today is sort of the willingness to take risks in your sound. And that is definitely an artistic quality that comes along with lots of maturity. And if you listen, because I listen to a lot of like full discographies of singers of different styles, mostly opera, but it's a consistent thing amongst all of them that in performance settings, later on in their careers, they're more likely to take risks regarding their sound, the type of sounds they're making. And earlier on, their biggest priority is sounding good, which is 100% what she's doing here. Her sound is amazing. She like knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she wants to do. And it's incredibly impressive. But I think it's not until probably like soon before 2012 that, or even after, I mean, I think like 2015, those recordings I think were the time when it was most likely to hear her making really, really stark timbre differences in her sound. And like, obviously, like, this is the second time you've ever heard her sing, but it's a really cool, I mean, I would encourage you to just take, you know, a handful of recordings that are spread out along her whole career, and you can find all of them on YouTube, and just listen to the transfer of like how she's making artistic choices. Tuomas wrote the newest Nightwish album specifically to challenge Floor. That's why How's the Heart and Shoemaker are so technically demanding. And yeah, I mean, some digitalists, that makes sense. That's how top artists like create new amazing art. It's by challenging themselves, and the only way you improve at a point is by challenging. I mean, here's how and I know this is a little off topic, but here is how like any type of aesthetic, artistic, non-linear career works. You develop a technique, right? And that technique could be unique to you or similar to some other people or whatever. You learn from someone. In this case, Floor learned from Annette and kind of was inspired by her and other coaches to become better. Then she gets this amazing instrument that she can apply that technique to. Then she keeps going, and at a point, you can only get better by teaching. You hit a plateau by studying, right? And then you start to teach, which is exactly what she did. And you can only learn by teaching your craft. And by teaching your craft to other people, you learn more about it for yourself. And then at a point, you have to start challenging yourself intentionally, which is the stage she was at probably in 2012, 2013, before she joined Nightwish, when she joined Nightwish. And now other people are challenging her, like Tuomas, because her artistic ability is so prevalent that now she's at a point where the people around her are giving her exactly what she needs to get to that next level of artisticness, and artistic ability. And, you know, that's a really boiled down way of describing a career as illustrious as hers and as like fantastic and talented as hers. But, you know, I think that's something to take into account if you're someone who's a huge fan of this band and this singer, and if you want to really understand the journey that she's taken. Gengar, thank you for the Prime subscription. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the family. She learned growls and revamp. Yeah, so exactly. She learns the skills that bring her art to the next level based on her situation. You don't just choose a path that winds up that way. It's all about the environment you're in. All right, let's start this chorus over. This is an awesome Iron Maiden song. Let's rock out a little bit. So I really want to hear her sing this now, because if you know how Bruce Dickinson sings this and how he has so much just growl in his, you know, Iron Maiden's music. Yeah. Right. So you know Bruce Dickinson.
Yes.
And he has so much like growl and cut in his sound. And that's something we hear so often from her nowadays. And I would love to hear her do this again, to hear, you know, the different, like, I mean, who wouldn't want to hear a collab between Iron Maiden and Floor Jansen, right?
That would be something.
Right?
That would be something.
Because she does some good duets. There's like a Dutch program called Best Zangers, and she does like non-metal music, and other stuff. You know, she sings some opera on there. She does like Lied, you know, that aria. Kidding. And she sings she does amazing. A Phantom of the Opera duet on there as well. There's a video of her doing O mio babino caro, which is nuts because she has like a very like authentic operatic technique, not like faking it, which is crazy. But anyway, to see, like, at this point, I would want to hear her do more like cutting sound, right? But it's still incredibly like it. With all that being said, like my desire to hear other stuff, it's more like the fact that what she's doing is just so like like there's nothing wrong with what she's doing at all. It sounds so good. And it's super powerful, and this is a cover, so it's not like, you know, it's not like she would invest as much as she would in someone else's music. But yeah, I mean, the evil that men do is one of my favorite songs, and I love what she's doing with it right now. Lulu, you miss After Forever. Totally valid. And here's why I think that's like an awesome statement to make. Because we just watched Floor from 2015. And we, like, Jack and I both said how it was so impressive that she was just so relaxed and drawing the audience in, and no energy she spent was like in vain at all, which is cool, and it's a sign of a very mature artist, and it's a sign of an artist who's aware that they don't need to spend extra energy to bring an audience in for like a more impactful performance. Because sometimes for a singer and like a lead persona of a band, all you need to do is like draw an audience in instead of sending all your energy out. Yeah. What's awesome about her performances with After Forever is that she is giving so much energy into the audience, which is an equally as valid way of doing things, right? And in Revamp, she did the same thing, though, to some Digitalist. She gave so much energy to the audience, you know? And I don't want to speculate on like whether or not that was preferred for her or not, but whatever. She has so much energy that it's so exciting to watch her do this. She's not as, you know, over 20 years, obviously you become more mature and you become more composed in your choices, and it's a little more intentional, a little more efficient. But as a young, energetic, like amazing singer like this, she has just so much natural raw talent and so much energy, and she's just sending it into the audience. Yeah, Pondra, we have listened to her do a duet, and I think it was with After Forever. It's not up on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be up on YouTube. We might listen to it again, because I think there's more I want to say about it before we do that. But with all that being said, you know, she used to co-write the song. She felt very passionate about this music, right? As Capriani just said. And with Nightwish, you know, her responsibilities upped a little bit because she's, you know, there's a composer of such standing as Tuomas that is challenging her, and that's her priority now, to accept those challenges. So Anyway, I mean, it's interesting to analyze like the different type of energy and the different quality of energy that she brings to the table with this performance, with performing with After Forever and Revamp, if you want to notice that. Ronnie, what are you talking about? Melisma technique, like fast moving vocals? Because we listened to her do Shoemaker, and is that the kind of singing you're talking about? I only listened to Shoemaker off of the last album. Dude. So it's
Iron Maiden. Dank jullie wel, Pinkpop.
So it's important to understand, like, you look, she's 23, and we hear like that amazing natural talent in there, and she's using it incredibly intelligently and well. And the energy she's putting out is like so much more than what she's actively putting out at in more recent things. And that's just a sign of like artistic
maturity, development.
Yeah.
You know, it's just over time you can see the difference between those 15 years. I mean, and all of a sudden it's like she's so, and I mean she's confident here. It's like her start, where she starts is already so high, but it just goes to show you kind of where the ceiling is when you just keep going. So
yeah, I mean you need to appreciate it in a different way as time goes on, like a fine wine, right? Fox, we're gonna ban that word in chat. Get out of here with that. Ronnie, I think I want to hear what you're talking about with melismatic technique, because I think what you're talking about is like her like pure operatic like vibrato sound, because it was super, super beautiful. What I heard from Shoemaker. Yes, Cosmic fans. We're not allowing fans anymore.
Wow, you're still here. If you did enjoy the video, I want to invite you to check out my Patreon page, where I offer multiple tiers of perks for both aspiring singers as well as music lovers who want to take their listening skills to the next level. Also, I do need to say it, like 90% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. It really doesn't take much. Can you please just press the little button down there? If you made it this far, you probably fit in right with the rest of the people who are the Big Brain community. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.